I really hate how there's a delay when you start your stream. You never know when you're live. Could be live right now. What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the SteveXM show. We got something very special for you today. Not really, but we're doing some Blender live. As you guys can see in the background here, we're going to be finishing the old Sheikah slate. So we're going to be finishing the Sheikah slate. For those that don't know what a Sheikah slate is, let's pop over to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. We got a playthrough that we're going to be doing of this coming up soon. We're going to get back to part 2 of it. Of course, we're playing on PC with a gamepad here. This runs at 60 frames a second on PC. Of course, right now it looks like it's running at like 43. I got Blender open. I got all kinds of stuff open. We're not actually playing this game right now. But I do want to have the game open because we're going to be testing some things with the chat window that I'm making. So what I'm doing tonight is I'm making my Sheikah slate, which is an in-game item here. Let's see if we can open the Sheikah slate. That's the sound effect I'm going to want. Might be able to capture it right from here. So let's be quiet for a second. Let's see. Yeah, we could probably capture it from in-game. Just record that sound effect, and I'm going to have that sound effect play when it pops up. So first things first, let's jump over to Blender. I want to make sure that my Sheikah slate is the right size. So, all right, we got this scene here. This is the thumbnail that I made for the scene here, or for the show rather. So that's the thumbnail you guys see. Of course, that background's not the background you see. That's a whole other thing. But let's open up a new blend file here, or actually another one. We're almost done with the Sheikah slate, by the way, so that shouldn't take too long. I still have to texture it in that. The textures are pretty much basic. No real effects there. So let's open up our Breath of the Wild folder, Sheikah slate folder, and we got the final Sheikah slate.blend. Here she is. So we're going to do a quick render of this, and we're going to make sure, you know, it's going to work for a chat window. So, okay, so what I want to do, I want to hide this text here. All of my stuff is out of order here. Let me see if I can get my screencast keys on too. That'll be good. All right, screencast keys are on, which means I need to be over here. You guys can see those a little bit better. All right, let's go into rendered view. Let's see what this looks like. This is already looking pretty good. So last time you guys seen it, I didn't really have this fancy stuff going on here. Down here, I made these little things with curves. Little curves with bevels on them. It looks pretty good from far away. I just got to texture it. So what we're going to do is we're going to render this, but we're going to render it without that text there. We'll get rid of the text. And let's just hit render. Let's see what happens. Okay, so this is our base chat window here for now. Of course, we're going to be doing a lot of changes to this. I just want to see what it looks like in game. So let's save as, and we'll call this blank slate. Get it? Blank Sheikah slate. Okay, so now we can go into OBS, and we can add a new source here. Let me go over to my Breath of the Wild scene. I think I have one. Breath of the Wild. Oh, look at that. That's funny. That's something else. That's another render I was working on for work, actually. Believe it or not. Somewhat unrelated, but... Okay, so let's add an image. We're going to call this test. S-H-E-I-K-A-H. Sheikah. Test Sheikah slate window. Now, of course, this real final version of this is going to be animated and everything, so don't worry about that. I'll go over to the D drive Blender stuff. Find our Breath of the Wild folder, navigate to our blank slate. Since it's a PNG, we can overlap. Beautiful, beautiful. And you want to make sure we got the size right. So, of course, for Breath of the Wild, I'm going to be over here when I'm playing Breath of the Wild. I don't know, it doesn't really matter what side of the screen I'm on, I guess, but... Alright, let's get Breath of the Wild open. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, the Sheikah slate right now leaves it's a lot to be desired there. Something like this size is probably going to be good, because I want the gameplay. I want you to still be able to see the game. You can already see Link's kind of getting obscured there. So this is a good way to test this before. Oh, I don't have my thing yet. See you later, Link. Oh, I can't wait to get back into this. So yeah, we're gonna have to move this over. But I'm also gonna be changing this handle here. I'm gonna make the handle a little bit less in size. Now we can add our text. Now I do have my own custom chat system that I made using voice attack, chatty, restream, some bat files, and there's probably something else in there that it uses to work. Custom fonts. It's a whole system, but we can. Well, actually, I have this over here. Okay, here we go. Ooh, look at that. So let's get the. You guys can't see me here for a second. That's okay though. I'm just looking for my chat source here. It's here somewhere. Guess I could show you what I'm looking at here. My low camera. Low camera, move. This is a bit of an unstructured stream today, guys. If you guys are watching this back, just kind of getting some stuff done. We're really just working. This is like behind the scenes. So we have the chat display there. I don't know why it's not resetting. So we got to find a reset that apparently. Chat peer, chat cover. Whoa. Can I click on that? What is that? Okay, it's this one here. So let's cut this. I can copy it and I can paste it in my other scene here. I don't like having multiple scenes. I realize I like to just do everything in one scene and then just modify it there. So this is cool because this is actually Legend of Zelda font. Obviously that's way too small to see. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go into properties here. Up the font. Let's do that. The Cool Wither 07. Hey, what's going on? Hey, look at your chat's appearing in my window here. That's good. So yeah, you can help me test this then. So let me change my font size here. I don't know where to do that. What's in here? Yeah, so I found this font online. It's called Hylia Serif Beta. Let's crank it up to 180. Sure. And let's see what this looks like. Can we scale this? Yeah, we're just doing some behind the scenes stuff here. We're doing some blendering stuff as well. All right, we gotta reduce that font size. That's way too big. Let's try 120. I'm gonna go with 120. That's better, I think. And we're gonna run into some issues with this stuff getting in front of our text. That's gonna be interesting. I didn't really think about that yet. Because this looks cool on the screen here, how the Sheikah Slate has this round part up here. I don't know if you guys can see my arrow or not. No, you guys can't. But yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna make the chat look good with that, to be honest. I gotta come up with something creative there because the chat's just gonna go behind it. I guess that's chat that's kind of... I'll have it starting the new chat on the bottom. Let's see if we can find your chat message here. Trying to reconnect. Let me test it. I'm gonna say something in chat real quick. Testing. This chat file should be getting updated here. Alright, well my chats, I haven't really used my chat system in a while, so it might be something funny going on there. But I want to be able to use my own custom chat because we'll be able to get the fancy text here. Okay, so yeah, let's just make this the right size at least. And we'll go from there. Something like this. I'm gonna have to make an overlay that goes over the text so it looks good. Okay, we can group this stuff together so it at least moves together. Let's make a new group. I don't think you guys can see what I'm doing, but this will take 10 seconds. Group. We're gonna call this chat window. Chat window group. And we're gonna throw that in there, with that in there. And now what's nice about this, I can scale these together. I'm just trying to get an idea of, okay, if it's okay. Can I open my recent events on Streamlab? I don't use Streamlab. Yeah, I don't use Streamlabs. I use regular OBS. This is the OG OBS. Alright, so yeah, it looks like this is sort of working there. My link's dying here. Don't die, Link. I want to get the right size for this. So yeah, I think that's going to be good there. Get a little bit smaller. Something like this is going to be good. We just got to shrink in that handle, so that's what we're going to do next. So let's open up Blender. Let's get that going. I can probably almost get out of this Legend of Zelda now. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to record a loop of Legend of Zelda real quick. We're just going to use that for testing. So let's hide the chat window. Yeah, I don't know what you're trying to see. You're trying to request a song. I don't have requests on here. Yeah, I don't do song requests. I know it's kind of boring though. Isn't the background? Isn't there's like no music? I wish you get some music on. I go to copyright-free music sometimes. I don't want to get demonetized. So let's do this. We'll go to Spotify. We'll throw some copyright-free music on. I wonder if Beethoven's copyright-free. It's got to be, right? No, my luck, I'll still get demonetized from it. All right, here's some copyright-free music. Let's put this on shuffle. Log in, sure. Show everyone my password while I'm at it too. Alright. Bada bing, bada boom. Log that in. Incorrect username or password. Gotta be kidding me. Alright, it doesn't want to log us in. Alright, we'll just go to YouTube. Let's throw some Beethoven on. Yeah, no, but, you know, I do realize sometimes this, study music. Yeah, I used to listen to this when I was in college. There's like this one playlist that I find here. Here it is, this one here. Yeah, check this one out, guys. This one's good to listen to. It's not very distracting. Can lower it a bit in the mix here. Alright, we'll get out of this scene, actually. I want to go to my desktop scene. We're going to look at some Blender.
Big picture across multiple projects. Get real-time updates. Create dependencies.
Alright, that's better. I don't know how loud that is. I can see the levels there. It looks like it's okay. And we'll go back to the beginning. Oh, they make us listen to another ad.
Real-time bird's eye view of your projects.
Alright, so real quick, let's do a quick recording here. I'm going to do a recording of Link fighting me over here, just so we can use this footage here for when we're doing some testing of our chat window. I don't want to have the game open. This way I can test combat. I'll open up my menu once. I can see how the chat window will look in these certain situations. See what it looks like with the bow out. Yeah, the chat, as long as the chat window's in the top right screen, we should be pretty good here. Alright, so we'll stop the recording. And we will put our music on.
Project plans in one.
Not music. And let's just close out of CMU. We don't need CMU no more. CMU is the emulator that we're running Legend of Zelda off. And let's just get into Blender, you know? Let's just start blending some stuff up. Alright. So. Where were we with the Sheikah Slate? We have a reference image over here, which is nice. Still need to finish the left side of that thing there. Hey, what's up, Yo Bro Adele? Welcome. Welcome back to the SteveXM show. Your one and only stop for things that are Blender, VR, podcast, all that stuff in one spot. Okay. So yeah, I'm just going to look at my reference image. I'm actually going to open it up on my monitor. I have my references images in here. I like to have it on a separate monitor just to keep it out of the way. But this is the one I'm going to be looking at, just so you guys know. I want to put this off to the side, and this will help me determine my shape that I'm going to be making here. So all we really got to do is we got to finish up this fancy shape here, and ooh, you got a donut. Yeah, eat the donut. What kind of donut do you got, yo, bro? Is it a filled donut? Hopefully it's a filled donut. I prefer peanut donuts. My favorite. Alright, so how I've been making these guys, I've been adding curves. So Shift A, Bezier curve, scale that sucker down. And we're gonna bevel it up. Nice. We're gonna add the material. Right now I've been using this, what I call gold material. Although what I found is I'm probably not gonna make it a gold. I'm probably make it look more like a sand color. So let's rotate this thing about the Z. Yeah, eat the donut at 4 a.m. The best time to eat a donut. Now, donuts are good for you. Alright, so right now we're just kind of making this basic shape around this thing. I don't think how thick I want it. I guess that's good. We're going to bring these ones in though a little bit. What's nice, I can just rotate these. These Bezier curves you can really control quite well. Now, this doesn't have to be exact like the image either. I've been kind of a stickler and trying to make it exact, but you've never had a donut from Dunkin' Donuts, eh? They're alright. I've had better donuts. We got really good donut place where I live. Called Paula's Donuts. They make the peanut donuts they make are massive. Like one peanut donut you gotta eat in like 2 sittings. It's huge. A weird shape too, like you wouldn't expect the shape. They're delicious though. Okay, so yeah, we're just kind of making this look a little fancy over here. And as soon as we're done with this Sheikah slate, as soon as we're done with a little, I guess you call these, I don't know what you call these, emblems on here. As soon as we're done with these, we're going to do the texturing of the Sheikah slate itself. I kind of like doing that a lot in Blender, I like adding textures of things, making them realistic. Okay, so we can just duplicate this one for now. Shift D, bring it up in the Y. Let's rotate it about the Z 90. Alright, that's fine. Bring it up. And we're going to try to get the shape looking right here. Actually, let's rotate X 180. Yeah, that didn't really do what I wanted, but that's alright. Oh yeah, I'm looking at my reference image. And this is not quite what it actually looks like, but that's okay. Don't need to be exact. No need for that. People aren't going to be judging my Sheikah slate by the accuracy. Ooh, my controller just died. Okay, that's alright, we don't need that. Yeah, this one's a little fancy over here. Yeah, this music's different, eh? Better than no music, though. Scale this one down. Oh, you know, I got proportional editing on. We didn't turn that off. Ah, Stranger Tism's coming at us in Discord. Hopefully they get you a new one soon. Yes. I hope so. Okay. Alright, this is almost done here. We just gotta add this last little fancy part up here. Then we're gonna rotate this. What's that from? Delete that. Rotate this about the Z. Yeah, let's do 180. This kind of loops back around on itself. You can scale it. Now the unfortunate thing about these curves is they don't really have ends to them. As you can see, we gotta add those in manually, so we'll do that. But we'll just take a bird's eye view here real quick. Zoom out. Whoa, what just happened? And we'll see how this looks. Yeah, see, that looks like crap. So some of this stuff here is just weird looking. I don't know what happened here. One's too small. Yeah, I can just delete this one. What's dissolve vertices? There we go. Oh, I got rid of both. That should be alright. Rotate it anyways. Ooh, lemon donut. It's like a lemon meringue type thing. Late night donut, yo bro, nice. Nice one. So what we didn't do with these, what I realized, we need to up the resolution on those. So the resolution's at 4 right now. It's behind my head, you can't see it. I'm gonna up the resolution from 4 to 6. It should smooth these out a bit. Tasty, but nothing special. I like that I have the voice chat in my ears. That works good for this. I don't gotta look over at the chat at all. Helpful. So yeah, I'm not quite liking how this looks. But, you know, I might settle. I spent a lot of time on this already. And that looks kind of okay. And what I've come to realize is I don't want to cover up too much of the screen. The more of the screen that I cover up, the more of the chat gets hidden. So I might even modify the Sheikah Slate a little bit. I can select all this stuff if I want and just move it up. Which I might end up doing. Maybe we could just go GY and just move all this up. Might do that. It's not consistent with the actual Sheikah Slate, but it will it'll let us have more text on the screen there. I can do the same with this one here. I'm just gonna grab all these little suckers over here. We're gonna go GY. And this one down here. Yeah, I'm just gonna bring this thing over here. GX. Rotate Z. Because they look cool. But let's bring this up in the Z a little bit. They look cool, but they're gonna get away my chat. I want my chat to be visible. And then this one here we're gonna move as well. So it'd be nice if I could rotate about this. That'd be something interesting to learn how to do. Let's rotate it about the cursor. Let's try to do that. If I right click there, rotate Z. We gotta change something here. 3D cursor, what is this? Rotate Z. Ah, look at that. That's so cool. Yeah, see, once you learn all these fine tools of Blender, you can really do some cool stuff. So this is just more of a Sheikah Slate theme. It's not even like the actual Sheikah Slate anymore, which I kind of like. These gradients ended up turning out pretty good though down here though. We gotta fix that gradient though. I don't know what's going on here. We'll go into shading mode. And we'll take a look why it's not too visible here. We gotta move some of these around. Where is it? Peanut butter donuts? Yeah, I think they do. Does Dunkin' Donuts have peanut butter donuts? Yeah, they got to. I don't know if peanut butter. Well, they might. They definitely have peanut donuts, though. I don't know where my gradient went. Oh, it's glow bottom. Yeah, we've been messing with this one here. I got different materials for both of these. You'd see it pop in here soon. There it goes. So that's the top. That's that one there. Alright, so now we'll mess with this one here. We just want that gradient to be a bit more visible. There we go. It's gonna add some nice detail to this. I'm gonna make that stuff pulsate, I think, when it's animated. It'll look kind of like it's glowing. Okay. Now. I mean, we pretty much got everything we want. Let's look at the reference image. I screenshotted this from like a video or something. Whoa, don't do that. Yeah, I think we're good. I mean, we could add another little thing over here, but it's just going to get in the way of the chat. So what we're going to do is we're going to finalize some of the stuff up here. Shouldn't the donut have filled you up, yo, bro? Look at this one guy's render he did. This is amazing. That's what mine could look like. So these are some reference images that I found. Might get rid of the handle. The handle's not going to serve any purpose for my needs. It's really not. Now if you notice there's some fancy blue glowing stuff in there. You don't have that. Oh, the donut made you hungry, I see. Alright, so what we will do here, though, let's come back up here. I'm going to try to rotate some of this stuff down a bit. I just want it to come in line with this. Oh, let's change this back. Okay, so I think this is pretty good. Let's make this one extend out a bit more. Oh, I can't really. Do you like spicy food? Yes, I do. Recently, though, I discovered that I try to not do too crazy spicy, because it kind of messes my stomach up. I have issues going to the bathroom and stuff, like it messes me up. Alright, so... Oh no. Alright, so I'm just adding faces to this. Right now it has no face. And I think this is going to look pretty good, guys. I think our Sheikah slate's almost ready. Alright, we're going to do the same with this down here. Oh, we got to convert these to meshes, so let's see if we can do it to all of them at once. I don't think we can. It's alright, we'll do it one at a time. Convert to mesh. Convert to mesh. Some faces on there. Now, if I wanted to be fancy, I could smooth those out, but I don't know, I think this is gonna look good enough. Oh, you can't handle spicy food, yeah. Oh, you can handle a lot of spice, okay. Yeah, certain spicy things I can handle. Certain things I can't, so it depends. This looks a little weird down here. I don't really like how this looks. But there's really not much we can do about it now, so I think we're just going to finalize this and just say this is good. We still got to deal with the handle, but first we should probably make sure our textures look on point. So, and I'm not doing too much of the fancy blue stuff that this really needs. I don't know how we would even do that. Let's look at the reference image. Bread with meat and a spicy sauce. Ooh. Sounds like a delicacy. Alright, so yeah, I think I'm gonna go for like a sand look with these. I'm not really sure how to do that. So we're gonna go into our gold. Gold here. We're gonna add some kind of speckles in there. And the only way I know how to do that is gonna be with well, we can add some bump to it, so let's do that. Let's get a bump node here, connect it to the normal. Then we're going to get a noise texture. And we're going to place the factor into the height, I think. Oh, on the 31st of July, he turned 16. Nice, yo, bro. Nice, nice. All right, let's add a texture coordinate to this sucker. We're gonna go object. And I don't know why is this not affecting this yet. Maybe we wanted to do the factor into the normal? Anything happening? Scales up. I don't know why these textures aren't changing. Why is that stressful for you, yo, bro? Thought this was gonna work. But it's not. Let's try some other stuff. Let's try doing a color ramp. Into the color. Yeah, this is like not updating, is it? All this stuff should be changing. Let's try changing our color here. Let's see if that does anything. Hey, look at that. We're not even, that's not even the right material. That's interesting. Alright, so that explains why none of this is working. Let's just delete it all. Click on this material here. And there's the material there. Why is it not updating it? Alright, screw it. Let's start with our brown. Alright, we'll change our brown material here. Just make sure it's changing. There it goes. Well, that's actually kind of cool. Custom Sheikah slate. Yeah, screw the traditional brown that they have in the game. We can make it whatever color we want. Never actually thought about doing that yet. Let's go back to the brown though for now. And let's add some bump just to give it a little bit of texture here. We'll look at our handle. Yeah, this should work if we go bump. And then we go noise. Factor into the height. Let's see what the color and the height does. Not really sure the difference of that. Or you know what we can do? We can do a color ramp. What that does. Does it do anything? Ooh, look at that. Yeah, I like that. Because then we control what parts of it bump. It's ranked and toxic. Well, that sounds like a fun time. You ever play any first-person shooters, yo, bro? Or is it just the fighting games? Alright, I'm gonna add another noise texture onto that one. So we can do some more crazy things. Let it load. Ooh, that looks cool. Warzone, okay, yeah, Warzone's good. Yeah, this is looking pretty cool here. We do need a mapping node here though. Let's do Control T. Change this to object. This should make it look better on the bottom as well. It loads in. And we should probably save before we crash this and lose everything we just did. I see this looks better. The Sheikah slate. And what's cool about this is we can come all the way up to the front here to the bump node. We can just turn the strength down, so it's a very subtle effect. But, I don't know what we want to do yet. Let's try throwing in a Vorynoid node. Vorynoid texture. Throw that in there. And we're going to change it to Minkowski. Let this load. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. So this is how you get like your scratches. Your worn texture. I learned this from a Ducky 3D tutorial, guys, so if you ever want to learn some Ducky 3D stuff, check that guy's stuff out. It's awesome. So now we can use the color ramp to control the amount of cracks. You know, we can make them... Really, all these nodes can control it. And the Sheikah slate's old, as far as I know. I mean, it's worn down, it's beaten up. So definitely should have these cracks in here. Then I'm going to give it a little bit of grittiness, too. So we're going to mix it with another texture. Using something over here. So let's do a mix shader. Mix shader. See what that does when it updates. We'll scale it all the way this way. Now, I'm not really feeling... this plainness here. And the roughness down, it gets shiny. Up. I need to add something else to that as well. I wonder if I should be putting the mix shader over here. No, undo that. Oh, can I not undo that? Oops, don't do that. Alright, so I'm gonna add another principal BSD. I believe is what they're called, BSDFs. We're gonna mix these two together. I wonder if I can just mix two nodes right there. Or multiply them together. That might be the way to do it. Alright, what's going on with this? Is that just overpowering the one? Okay, you can blend like that. So let's plug let's get a color. This might be the wrong way to do this, but we'll go RGB. I'm just going to control the color here for both of these textures. This is probably not the right way to do this, so take this with a grain of salt. And we should be able to now add a bump node to this one. I think I'm going to try this two different ways because I think I know the right way to do it. Bump. Noise. Oh, let's try white noise. You going to bed now, baby? Search. Noise texture. Alright, that's whatever. We'll stick with the noise. What I use up there, I use the color. I'm trying to give it like a sandy, kind of grainy look. Besides the scratches. So I want the scratches, but then I also want the sandy, grainy look. So let's try to increase this. Not doing anything. Oh, I plugged it into the strength. It's taking a while to load. Not sure why. Ooh, okay. That's kind of what I was looking for. Yes. Alright, so let's get a second noise texture. Get it really noisy. Actually, no, I only want the one. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a texture coordinate object. And then this should be able to put the nice fine grains in there that we want. Make it look pretty. This thing's gonna look pretty sweet when it's done. So all we gotta do next is texture the gold material on there. And this is already looking better. But the strength is way too high, height's way too high. Let's bring the scale up. And let's bring the strength down. Just a little. Of course, we can't really see our scratches anymore. But I can come over to this mix. Now we can go back and forth. We can go all scratches and little. We can go... Now we can go back and forth. A little bit of both. Best of both worlds, as I say. And I think this is looking pretty cool. I do say. Let's render it real quick. Let's see what it looks like. Save. Render. It's still missing something. Still missing something. Alright, so let's try the other method then. The only other method I could think would be to plug all this stuff in right over here. So let's do a mix shader. I'm not sure if this works. Yeah, no, because it's looking for a normal. Maybe there's like a multiply I can do. Let's try that. Math. I don't know if it's gonna work. Might be able to multiply it. Kind of combine them together. See if this even shows up. Is this even gonna show up? Yeah, I'm still really learning how this stuff works, so. That did not do what I wanted. Now let's just try plugging this in anyway, see what happens. And we'll get rid of this one. You going? Alright, so we're loading right now. Loading. Now we'll add a little grains in for that material. And we gotta slide this back. And that did not do what we wanted, unfortunately. Don't really know what I did there. Yeah, we did something wrong. This, actually, the other method I was doing before worked better. So let's get rid of this. Oh wait, hold on, let's try one more thing. Let's try multiply. Could help. Don't think it's gonna. Nope, okay. So let's get rid of this. See you later. Normal. Mix. And let's bring this back up to like 50. Something doesn't look right. Not quite sure why. It was looking better before. We screwed something up. Oh, we were looking at the bottom. There's no light on the bottom. Now, I guess I want the scratches to be a bit more emphasized here. So, let's increase their strength by increasing this strength here. There we go. And we might want to invert that. That might make them cuts instead of protruded scratches, I guess they would be. Yeah, I think that's more scratchy. Alright, this is looking pretty cool. Alright, let's mess with this material next. I don't know why this wasn't modifying before. It's so weird. Look, it's like you can't modify it. It says it's that material. Let's take the material away. Add a new material. Whatever. Let's call this sand. That's the kind of look I'm going for with this stuff. So we're gonna go for yellow. And then we're gonna do a noise. Bump it up. Color into the height. Normal into the normal. And scale way up. We need a color ramp though, because we don't want too much of that. Let's do that. I'm gonna be able to modify that a little bit. And let's move this stuff around. Oh, we need a texture coordinate, of course. Let's go to object to vector. Should get us what we want. This thing's gonna be looking pretty sweet. Okay. So now we can move these suckers around. Get as much or as little graininess as we want. Let's invert this, maybe? No, we want it like that. It's pretty cool looking. Something's way too strong, though. We want these to be fine. Turn the detail up, maybe? Okay. And let's mess around with the color a bit. Might be almost something like that. This looks pretty cool. Okay, strength down maybe? And let's mess around with the ramp. Don't want too much of that sand stuff. Oh, that kind of looks cool like that. Yeah, I like that. So it's almost like a stone, sandstone look. Cool. I think it's good. We're going to apply that now to all of these. There's a fast way to do that. I don't know. Let's test it. What is it? Control T? Control L. Link materials. That worked. So the last one you click, you can get the materials on the other ones. So watch this. You can click all this stuff. Not that. Or that. Oh, I screwed it up. I'll just do a couple at a time. Control L, materials. Is it that sandy material? Let's make sure actually. Probably want the roughness up a bit on this. Quite a bit, yeah, it's like a rock. Chica Slate's looking on point. Chica Slate is looking on point. Control L materials. Boom. Control L materials. Make sure those worked. So yeah, this thing will be fully textured here in a minute. Then we can start animating. It's funny, when I first thought of this Chica Slate idea, I was like, I can do that in a couple hours. That could be like an hour or two. I've spent like 6 or 7 hours on this so far. Just this, what you see in front of you. There's a bit of a learning curve. I had to learn a lot of things to make this. The most painstaking part was actually this handle hole. To make it look good with the bevels. Which do I even see the bevels anymore? No, I don't think I do. But yeah, there's your Chica Slate. So, another interesting thing that I'm going to have to do to make this look more realistic in game is when I render my animations, I'm actually going to have to render these separately and place them above the text, because the text is going to be on the screen sort of. So let's hit render. Let's see what we got. It looks pretty cool. Still missing something. Not quite sure what. I wonder if we can like shade smooth on these things. I wonder if you can just do all shade smooth. There you go. I don't know if that helped or not. Whoa, what happened to my screen? Or maybe we don't want to do that. I'll do all but the screen. So let's hit Control Z. We can deselect the screen. And then we can hit right click Shade Smooth. Okay. So let's render this. Let's make sure our screen is black as black can be. We want roughness all the way up. Just turn everything else down. Let's hit render. Looks pretty good. Image, save as, blank slate.png. Now what's cool about this is when we go to our Breath of the Wild scene, that should have automatically updated. Chat window on. And as you can see, it did. Looks like my chat's actually working quite well. Mortal Kombat ranked is so stressful. That's not the last thing he said, so let's get the chat. It looks like it's scrolling from top to bottom, maybe. Do you like spicy food? Okay, we're just missing a couple things. We'll get it figured out. I think it's because I have a limit on this. Properties. Chat log mode, let's see what happens if we turn that off. No, we don't want that. We want chat log mode. Chat log limit. Let's see what happens if we do 3. Ah, okay. 4, 5. Alright, I think that's all it was. We want to be able to see everything here. And I think I'm going to change the color of this text to match my theme of like the blue kind of stuff. So let's go to properties, select font, color here. We'll go with this light blue. And we're going to give it a little bit of transparency? No. We could give it a gradient. That might be kind of cool. We change the direction of the gradient. Gradient direction. There we go. Nah, that's not going to look that good. If they did it line by line, that'd be pretty cool. Save. Alright, so another thing that we need to render is going to be the text cover-up stuff here. I'm going to do some testing by just typing some long stuff in the chat. I'm just going to spam some voice chat off. Thanks, Simon.
You're welcome.
See if this updates. Oh crap, I need the voice chat on. Voice chat on. I currently... I currently have it programmed to only work with... See, that's going to be a problem when there's one long line there. I need this text to scroll the opposite way somehow. Oh, what the hell just happened there? Control Z. Alright, so yeah, we just gotta figure out some settings with this. I'll probably do this another time because this is a bit of just testing and back and forth with figuring out the settings for this to work. Wrap text, custom text extents. I think that's what I want. Yeah, I think that's what I want actually. Okay, so let's change that. So we can change the height to go down to match that window. The font should be readable there. It looks pretty readable for viewers. So we're gonna move this down to like 1750. Let's try that. All right, that's too little. Let's go 1650. How about 1400? It's not doing anything, is it? Didn't look like that was doing anything. Alright, let's use custom extents, yeah. Alright, let's try 1000. Alright, that worked. So we just gotta go lower. Let's go 1200. Alright, there it is. That's the magic number. Now let's make sure that doesn't cut anything off. Hello there. And that should populate there in a second. I don't see it. Just move something up. Testing. Come on, baby, work. Oh, there it goes. Just took a second to update. Can you see this? Then it's going to do that once in a while. I don't know what that's about. Alright, cool. So, one more thing we can render is we can render the overlay of those other items to make it look a bit more realistic. So how we're going to do that is we're going to just select all this stuff here. Let's control save. We're going to select all this stuff. Might make a new... kind of want to make a new scene. Can I make a new scene? Make a new scene. Copy settings. Good. Full copy. Oh. So we got this scene and we got this scene. This is going to be called overlay. So I'm naming the scene overlay because we're going to delete everything in it. If that doesn't delete them out of the other scenes, let's test this. I'm going to delete the screen 001. Delete it. And we're going to go back to the other scene. And it looks like it deleted it out of both. Interesting. Don't want that. Let's undo some of that stuff. I don't know what the purpose of having two scenes in then. Can I hide stuff in one scene maybe? Hide that in this scene. Let's go check the other one out. Text, where's my text at? Oh yeah, so it looks like you can hide stuff in scenes separately. That's good. So we can just use that. We'll just hide what we don't want. Hide. Hide. I don't think we need those. Go back to this one just for reference. So anything that's covering the screen, I want to render separately. So it's really just that, this, and these two things here. So, go back. All we need. 4 things. We don't really need this here. Let's hide it. And let's just hit... Hey, what's up, Blue Dragon? Welcome to the SteveXM show. Welcome back. We render this. Ooh, it's rendering that scene. That's interesting. I want to render this scene here. Let's go to compositing. Use nodes. Change the scene that we're rendering. Oh, you know what? I was only hiding them from the viewport. That's why. Dang it. Alright, so anything that's hidden, I'm just going to hide from the render as well. And that should solve my problem. Should. Okay. Yeah, all this stuff here. Get rid of it. I don't want it. And we should be good, I think, now. Right. Oof. Alright, well, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Compositing. Oh, I think I did it in the wrong scene again. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Alright, one thing we can do is, let's just get rid of that. What are you doing? So I'm making a custom chat window for Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So it looks like my custom chat window is not set properly to the right size still. See if we can fix that. Testing. Not quite sure why. But we'll figure it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a certain amount of entries I think it's limiting to. Let's go to properties. I think we need to just increase that. Let's increase this to 8. Let's see what happens there. Yeah, see it's cutting stuff off now though. It's cutting stuff off. So I still got to figure that part out. That's fine though. We'll figure that part out later. Let's actually add our media source. We're going to call this Breath of the Wild Test Footage. Now, at the beginning of the show, I recorded this real quick. And this will give us a better idea what it's going to look like in-game. So it should be saved to videos, possibly. No. It's going to be D drive videos. And it's going to be somewhere in here. Here it is. Is that it? No. Maybe it's that 12-second one. I don't know. This folder is always very slow to react. I got so much stuff going on with this folder. I think that's why. Look at that. You can't even scroll through it. It's so weird. I've never seen that in a computer. Like, it only happens when I open this folder. It makes programs crash and everything. All right, I think this one will do. Oh no, it's this one here. Okay. So we're gonna turn that on loop. And this way, I don't want to have the game open. We can just this way I can test combat. To test. Open up my menu once. You can see how the chat window will look. That's kind of what it's gonna look like here. We can scale our chat window so it looks better. It looks like with the bow out. It lets me. Wow. Yeah, the chat. As long as the chat window's on the top right screen, we should be pretty good here. Oh, all right. So we'll stop the recording. Okay, here we go. I don't want to have the game open. This way I can test combat. I'll open up my menu once. Yeah, the Sheikah slide's looking pretty good. You can see how the chat window will look. That's going to be good for the situations. That's going to pop it up there. Go back to our... See what it looks like with the bow out. There we go. I feel like I deleted everything on accident, so that's probably not a good thing. Thankfully, I have lots of undos. Why I hear two voices? Oh yeah, because I was that was pre-recorded. That other voice that you heard. Oh boy, kind of screwed things up here, didn't I? Let's go back to camera view. Yes, I might have screwed things up here. Oh, layout. Here we go. So we're back here. Everything looks like I didn't delete it all. It's good. Looks to be pretty normal. Alright, so yeah, what I wanted to do was make an overlay for that text, but we're not going to worry about that now. I want to fix my handle. I think I just want to get rid of it. I think that's what we're going to do. So I want to find a nice way to cut that handle off somehow. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a face select here, close to this edge as I can get. And I'm going to go all the way around. Edge select? Oh, no, don't do that. Alright, let's go face select. I'll go all the way around like that. That actually looks pretty good there. Guess I didn't really need to do that. I can just go to X-ray mode and select everything over there. I should have shift selected that. I want that face as well. Boom. We missed some stuff, we sure did. Boom. And boom. Let's see what happens if we delete vertices. Alright, mostly good. Got some leftover junk here we can delete. Delete vertices, let's take a look at it. Didn't screw us over too much here. You know, I really like this geometry over here. Kinda almost want to duplicate that on the other side. I kind of wish these scratches were a bit deeper. I can barely see them. Because of that noise texture. We need to go into this. We need to make that noise texture smaller, so we're going to do that next. First, let's seal this sucker up. We're going to go to edge select mode with 2. And we're going to make a face here. Bada bing, bada boom. See if we can bevel it. It might not let us. Might get some issues. We can put a small bevel on it. Up the count. And that'll give it at least a little bit of detail. Now there's some weird overlap thing going on there. Not too fond of that. So there's a couple options that we can do here. I'm going to try one here. I'm going to try to merge vertices by distance. Trying just to select these vertices here. See if that works. Might give us some issues, so let's go to vertex at the top. Merge vertices by distance. And it got 0 so far, but we can increase the distance here. Whoa, don't do that. Alright, so that just merged 2,000, so that's too much. Let's go down to 0.005. Merge 1,500. How about 0.0025? That only merged 500 vertices. That's pretty good. That should get us some decent looking textures out of this. Let's see how that looks. I wish there was a bit more of a bevel, but that's okay. Alright, this looks decent. So let's go into shading. And we're going to be wrapping this up here shortly, actually. I just want to fix this. I don't like the way this looks. It's too gravelly looking. So we're going to go into the portion. Oh, give me a second here. Okay. I was just yelling at my wife, telling her I was wrapping this stuff up in a few minutes. Just want to get this part looking good here. So there's a couple options. We could either just slide this over to get rid of it. But I don't think that's the best option. Although I do want those scratches to be a bit stronger. Maybe we can leave it like this. Yeah, that looks better. Scratch is stronger. And then I want to increase the scale of the noise vector. So we're going to come over here. We're going to increase this quite a bit. And ooh, my headset just died. What the heck? That's just because we didn't have any audio going through.
Running audio fix now.
And that's the Sheikah Slate chat window. Pretty basic. Ended up just gutting the handle, which I spent the most time on, which is kind of funny. And there it is. So the next part of the project is going to be animating it. And it's going to be animating some of these glowing things, making it fly onto the screen. And see, I missed sealing this face up here. Oh, we didn't convert this yet. Convert to mesh. Boom. We'll do edge select mode. Boom, give it a face. Probably gotta do that on the other end. Well, the other end's inside there, so we don't need that. Yeah, I think overall this looks good. Let's render it. Looks pretty good. And we probably want to just render it where it's going to be in the game. So we could go to our camera mode here. And we can kind of just render it like that. Now what's cool about this... Yeah, see, that looks pretty cool. Let's bring it over to the edge, though. Right at the edge. Render. Too far. I wish I could zoom in here. Let's zoom in. You want to go up a little bit. To the left a little bit. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, that's beautiful. So image, save as, blank slate.png. I'm going to save the whole project, and then I want to test the overlay theory out real quick. Whoa, don't do that. Undo, let's lock that. So yeah, we save this again, just make sure, okay. I'm going to delete everything. This is not the best way to do it. It's not even close to the right way to do it. Oh, I deleted my camera. We don't want that. Let's make the camera not selectable. For now. Yeah, we're gonna make the overlay as well, so how we do that is just... I'm just gonna delete everything else besides what I want to be overlaid. This is not probably how I will do it the official way, but we can image, save as, we're gonna call this overlay, and I'll show how this works briefly, and then this probably will end it. Now of course this will all be animated, but right now it's gonna be static. Okay, so let's go to our fake Breath of the Wild scene. I'll make sure I mute that other thing so you guys don't double hear me again. I don't want to have the game open. This way I can test combat. I'll open up my menu once. Okay, yeah, the audio's down on that. And that's not actually me on the screen there, but that's okay. Let's go to the chat window here. Slate. Snap that thing. Okay, so yeah, what's cool about this is now I can just add the overlay. You can see how on the top there, I can't really point at it, show you guys, I don't think. But very top of that chat where you see the SteveXM, you can see that it's like on top of it, so it doesn't look realistic. But we can add another image here in OBS. We switch this over. That's not right. Okay. Yeah, we can add another image here in OBS. This will actually be an animation, but we'll call it Breath of the Wild. Oh, Breath of the Wild test chat overlay image. So that's the thing we just rendered onto the D drive in Blender stuff, projects, Breath of the Wild, Sheikah Slate, render, overlay. So it's literally just those couple of objects overlaid on top. So it'll cover up the text. Gives it a nice effect, brings in the realism a little bit. Test this shit out. That should pop up there in a second if this works right. There it is. Using our nice Zelda font. I think this is going to look pretty good. So there's the test footage. And yeah, that's what the chat's going to look like. It's going to come onto the screen animated. It definitely needs something on the left side there. I kind of screwed that left side up. Not sure if I want to save it like that. Might be hard to fix. You might still need the handle there. I don't know. Kind of nice how it's out of the way, though. Might even get rid of the stuff on the right. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. But that's probably how we're going to end this. So I think it's looking pretty good. Then we'll have a command where we can pop this chat on the screen, off the screen. It'll come in animated. It'll look cool. It'll even have a sound effect. That's it. So let me get this music off here. I'm gonna wrap this sucker up. And where's this thing at? So yeah, I'll have to update my thumbnail now because that last render came out pretty good. I like the way it looks. Actually, I'll put that in the background. All right, yeah, we gotta undo some of that stuff though because we deleted everything. Bring it back in. I think that's everything. Ooh, my text got deleted. Let's undo that. Oh, there it is. Okay. Boom. Yeah, guys, looking pretty good. We're almost done with this freaking Sheikah Slate thing. I've been working on this for several streams now, several days now. So next stream, thankfully, we have the Sheikah Slate modeled now. I might do a couple tweaks to it, but I'll probably do that off air. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make an animation for the SteveXM show part. Because when the chat window comes onto the screen, it's going to have the SteveXM show part on it. But that's going to like scroll down. It's going to like fade away. Some kind of cool animation with a green screen effect behind it. That'll reveal the chat behind it. So it'll look seamless. And I'll have the sound effects in there. All that stuff. This is actually nice because you can see... Can I zoom in on this? How do I zoom in? Of course, there's only 1080p, but you can see a little bit of the texture in there. Sand texture that I put on there. I like that. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. And we're also going to be playing... We're actually going to be playing Breath of the Wild soon, too. But I kind of was hoping to have this finished for that. You know what? I don't like how I deleted that thing. Let's test something real quick, because I just recently updated in Blender. I made it so I can do like 100 undos. So we're just going to go back. I want to get my handle back. Yep, we're just going to go back, see how many undos we can do. There it is. Alright. We'll fix the texture again real quick, though, because I really like the way that was looking. Increase the scratches. And let's increase the scale of the noise. Why am I so big? And render it. That sucker looks like now. Alright. Yeah, there's too much scratching going on. Why is there too much scratching? Oh, because that handle wasn't there before, that's why. So we can fix that though. Even though the handle might not be there in the future, you need to easily come over to your color ramp. Color ramp should control the scratches better. Okay. There she is. Text back on there. Alright guys, so thanks for tuning in. This has been the SteveXM show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that great stuff. And turn on notifications because I go live at weird times and I just do random streams about random stuff. Like this one here that you got to see. So we've been streaming for an hour and 20 minutes. That's pretty good. Usually longer than I do. Pretty soon we're playing VR again. We got the Rift S headset supposedly in the mail. Oculus is replacing my headset since my Rift S broke. It's literally a brick. I don't know if they want it back. I don't know if they're going to have like an RMA. Want me to ship it back to them. I don't know. There's plenty of VR games that I got to get caught up on. So we're doing more VR. Probably be playing more Valorant, even though I promised myself I wasn't gonna. They just did a new update. I kind of want to check that out. Valorant, VR, Breath of the Wild, more Blender stuff. We're going to be doing a lot more Blender stuff. This was like a copy of like, you know, a pre-existing Sheikah Slate in-game item, but in the future I want to start doing some more original stuff too. So that'll be cool to see. We want to up our art skills here. And I also want to expand onto making art for other people as well. I did that recently. You can see a video on my channel for Rance. I made his logo, which if you get to the end of the video, the logo in the video doesn't really look all that great, but he's using it now for his Discord. I can show it here real quick. I can make this bigger. Well, I guess I could. But you can see that RZ right here. He's using that. Monkey around this real quick. Yeah, he's using it for his Discord, which is cool. That little RZ up there. It looks pretty good. I like it. Yeah, that's how we end it, guys. Peace out, y'all. Catch you on the next episode. Hey, Simon.
What's up?
Hit that outro button.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We're wrapping up the show.